This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets.
China's total fuel oil imports slipped 11% in the first half of 2024. Data showed on Saturday, amid a backdrop of weak refining margins and poor fuel demand. The imports totaled 11.95 million metric tons, or about 75.88 million barrels, data from the General Administration of Customs showed. Chinese refiners typically purchase fuel oil as a refining feedstock, with imports surging to a decade high in 2023 after independent refineries boosted purchases of discounted oil blended from Russian barrels. Buying has cooled off this year, however, with monthly imports sliding towards the end of the second quarter.
Oil prices rose in early trade on Monday as investors keep a lookout for signs of a rate cut cycle expected to begin as soon as September. Brent crude prices were up 48 cents, or 0.57%, at $83.10 a barrel by 0035 GMT, and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures rose 42 cents, or 0.52%, to $80.55. Since the June FOMC meeting, inflation and labor market data have signaled that disinflation and labor market rebalancing are in place, which we expect will allow the Fed to begin its interest rate cutting cycle in September, ANZ Research said in a note.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Brent oil may retest support at $82.73 per barrel, a break below which could open the way towards $81.58 to $82.05 range. A wave C from $85.60 looks incomplete. It is expected to travel to $80.95. A projection analysis on a small wave C from $86.35 indicates a further drop to $82.40 as well. Resistance is at $83.28, a break above which could trigger a gain to $83.28. On the daily chart, market is consolidating within a big wedge.
Dubai has set its official differential to Oman futures for October at a premium of 10 cents per barrel, the Dubai Department of Petroleum Affairs said on Monday. The differential will be applied to the average of daily settlements for the front-month October Oman contract at the end of August to set Dubai's official selling price, OSP, for October loading crude. Next, we have the top news in metal markets. Copper prices declined on Monday, with the London contract set to fall for a sixth consecutive session, hurt by demand worries amid a lack of fresh stimulus measures in top consumer China. 3-month copper on the London Metal Exchange eased 0.1% to $9,301.50 per metric ton by 0506 GMT. The contract dropped 5.7% last week, its worst week in nearly 2 years. The most traded September copper contract on the Shanghai Futures Exchange fell 0.8% to 76,350 yuan a ton by the midday break, after hitting its lowest since April 11 earlier.
Saudi Arabia's mining minister will visit Brazil and Chile over the coming 2 weeks, the ministry said on Sunday, as the world's leading oil exporter seeks to expand its international presence in mining. In Brazil, talks will cover mining, food processing, and aviation, while in Chile the focus is on lithium, needed for electric vehicle batteries. This aligns with the kingdom's direction towards expanding the production of EVs, a Saudi government statement said. Saudi Minister of Industry and Mineral Resources Bandar Al-Khorayaf will land in Brazil on Monday and leave for Chile, the world's second-largest producer of lithium, next Sunday.
We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector.
China's soybean imports from Brazil rose 2.2% in June from a year earlier, data showed on Saturday, as Chinese buyers scooped up lower-priced South American beans. The world's biggest soybean buyer imported 9.72 million metric tons of the oilseed from Brazil last month, compared with 9.51 million tons a year earlier, data from the General Administration of Customs showed. June arrivals from the United States reached 1.31 million tons, up more than 4 times from a year ago, although only about 12% of the total for the month. Total soybean arrivals into China in June reached 11.11 million tons.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.